I'm Bella, and this is my cultural autobiography. This is where our story starts, Rainier Christian Elementary School.
Rainier Christian Elementary School was a small private school that I attended for 3 years before moving to my local public school. Rainier Christian School was the first schooling experience that I really remember, and although I didn't realize it at the time, it taught me a lot about the differences between private and public education and teaching. The transition between private and public school was weird at the time, but now I can see how much I really learned from that experience and how much it has impacted me as a future teacher. Growing up, I lived in Renton, Washington, a city about 20 minutes outside of Seattle. Renton and Renton School District are really diverse in many ways, so moving to the public school taught me a lot about the community that I lived in and about people who were different than me.
This is where I spent most of my free time in high school.
I played baseball and softball for 14 years of my life. I played with travel, select, little league, high school, club teams all throughout my life, and did tons of various camps and coaching opportunities throughout high school. Softball taught me so much about communication, teamwork, and hard work ethic. But it also helped me as a future teacher to understand that kids have a lot of passions outside of school and how they can easily connect to inside of school things. I also now know how much work it takes to do cool things outside of school, and I believe it will make me a more understanding teacher when thinking about giving homework and various projects.
I also spent a lot of time here, umpiring youth baseball and softball games. Play ball!
I umpired for about 2 years in an association that had almost 200 officials. Out of those 200s, I was one of 3 women and the youngest at 16 years old. This meant that walking onto the field, I wasn't what the parents, coaches, and players expected to see. I always had to work harder to make sure that they understood that I was a good ump, because they could easily point to my age and gender if I made a mistake. Although it was usually pretty annoying, it did teach me a lot about what people go through every day and how they get treated in much bigger situations.
The next stop we're at is Hazen High School. I did lots of fun things when I was here, but the most memorable was Teacher Academy.
Renton Teacher Academy was a program that was started in the Renton School District to help diversify the teacher workforce by giving students an opportunity to learn about teaching and go do internships in local elementary schools to see if teaching was right for them. In the class, we learned about things like culturally responsive teaching and other teaching tips, and also the basics like lesson planning. Outside of the class time, we did internships twice a week, attended and led conferences, and even competed nationally in Orlando, Florida through Educators Rising. This program taught me so much and really confirmed that I wanted to be a teacher.
Over there is where I spent most of my summers, Girl Scouts of Western Washington Camp River Ranch.
Camp River Ranch is a Girl Scout summer camp in Carnation, Washington that I've been attending for almost 14 years now. This summer will be my 2nd year on staff, but I went there as a kid. The staff that we hire is from all around the world and all different backgrounds, so we always get a really diverse staff, and I always get to learn lots about different people. Girl Scouts also accepts anyone who identifies as a girl, which means that we also attract a lot of LGBTQ staff members. This taught me from a young age about people in that community, even though I wasn't really surrounded by it a lot at school, which made me a lot more accepting and understanding and knowledgeable. Camp also gave me a passion for working with kids and taught me how to deal with literally anything. Camp will help me in my future job as a teacher because I will now know how to better communicate and work with people from different backgrounds and also with kids. The thing that camp taught me is that life is way more fun to just be yourself and be silly, and that kids really react well to that.
First we've got to wash. Got to bleach.